Hey loves, it's Britt, and in this video I'm going to talk about Saturn trine the North Node in Synastry. So Saturn trine the North Node, Saturn sextile the South Node in Synastry, so comparing two charts. This is an aspect that I would consider a good karma aspect. I think I'm going to make a whole video about good karma aspects, but this is definitely one of them. So the Saturn person tends to be a helpful person in the North Node's life. The North Node person is like gently pulled towards the destiny that they have shown by the North Node, in kind of like a loving parental way. The really nice thing about trines to the North Node in Synastry is that, when something's trine to the North Node, it's always sextile to the South Node. So this provides a really gentle, like, soothing energy for the North Node person, or the Node person, to go towards their destiny of their North Node that's not too jarring like sometimes the conjunction can be. The conjunction is a lot more powerful and, gonna show up a lot more actually. But when you get an aspect like this, it's a really nice way to be able to have soul growth and lessons learned. So the North Node person is greatly benefiting from the Saturn person, and yeah, kind of like a parental, authoritative way. The Saturn person can really be a guide for the North Node person. The Saturn person is someone the North Node person often respects or looks up to, or it's like the Saturn person also gets this opportunity to really be like a good side of their Saturn, like they really get this opportunity to be like the good version of their Saturn. So it's like their fathering energy. And the Saturn person also gets a great opportunity to really tap into the highest potential, like good karma of their Saturn, right? So the one with the more difficult side of this is probably the Saturn person, because Saturn, even in a trine, there's still lessons there, right? So the Saturn person is made aware, but in a nice way that's not, so uprooting as some of the more difficult aspects of their Saturn karma and their lessons. And so the North Node person serves as like a gentle reminder to the Saturn person of these Saturnian lessons. So it's a very helpful association actually for both. If the Saturn person is older and like more comfortable with their Saturn energy, it can be even better where it's just, yeah, they really can like use their Saturn in the most like loving, authoritative way towards the North Node person. They can really feel like they also respect where the North Node person is going and where they've been. The Saturn person can really see the North Node person as like successful or like worthy of them in a way. Like that's something that's not often talked about Saturn, is like Saturn, exaltation in Libra, like, Saturn energy, like when someone's aspecting our Saturn in a positive way, it's like we feel like they are worth something to us. They are helping us. They are like a fated relationship for us. They are something, worthwhile, kind of like Venus energy, but in a more serious way. So the Saturn person can really see the North Node person as someone who is like worthy of them, and there can be a lot of mutual respect with this context. So it's like you really get the highest potential of that Saturn person, to be in that authoritative role, kind of like teaching role, and then the North Node person really gets this chance to blossom into their North Node, but because it's Saturn, it still is providing structure to them, even in the trine. And then with the gentle sextile to the South Node, it's like where we've been is respected and honored, but where we're going is also very supported. So this is a really nice contact. It's still is very serious. It's not a lighthearted contact, even with the Trine, you know, it's still kind of like, oh, we've got some business here together, or we've got some purpose together. This relationship can really feel like it has a purpose. It's probably not strong enough to draw two people together, like if there aren't other conjunctions of each person's Saturn or other things going on. But it's a really nice, solid, stable, growth oriented relationship where, yeah, meeting someone that is helpful to your growth and to your life lessons. That's what actually both people can really feel like with this aspect, is that they've met someone who is helping them along their path. And it's not so much a showy or romantic aspect. You know, if there's another Venus things going on, we're not necessarily saying how much we care about each other and how much this has been helpful for us, but we genuinely like feel and know that this is helpful. And yeah, there tends to be a lot of mutual respect and kind of like nodding along with each other, like, yeah, like you are a solid good person, you know. And yeah, it's a good aspect. I would consider it a good karma aspect, like the Saturn person, um and the North Node person. Like, it's kind of like the North Node person's good karma to have attracted this Saturn person, because the Saturn person is going to look out for them, is going to be like a caretaker for them, is going to be helpful for them. And yeah, it's just a really nice aspect to have. And there's not really much wrong with it, although it's serious and it's not maybe enough to like create an insane attraction. It's just a durable, helpful, growth oriented aspect. So, yeah, I'd love to know your experience of this aspect. Was it like this? Was it not like this? Let me know in the comments and keep your requests coming, you guys. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye.